Okay, the Health Minister Greg Hunt is taking questions now at a media conference. Let's take a listen in.
Where I grew up, it's where, as I mentioned, my wife worked in the local not-for-profit charitable hospital. My children were born in the hospital. My father and myself have been protectors and custodians of the green wedge. And so we're very passionate about this area as a family and for me as an individual, whether it's been fighting for the clean-up of Gunnamatta Beach and helping to deliver that, fighting to protect Point Nepean and helping to keep that in public hands forever, protecting the green wedge, outcomes such as a new secondary college for Somerville, where we had a community campaign which we worked on for years and we were told would never be successful. And yet, as David knows, if you work with the community and you're of the community and you're for the community and you believe in the community, you can deliver for the community. And now we're turning to new projects. I've just walked 500 kilometres over 3 weeks through 50 towns and 50 schools to raise awareness for autism, but to help build further the facilities for autism on the Mornington Peninsula with Abacus and Light Up Autism. And now we're working for an upgrade for Rosebud Hospital, new facilities for cancer treatment on the Mornington Peninsula, and to make sure that we protect that green wedge forever.
Can you guarantee the people of Flinders that you will run in this election?
Yes, absolutely. I've just walked 500 kilometres around my electorate, and I did that because I'm passionate about it. I believe in it. It's my community. It's where I grew up. I would never walk away from the area that I grew up in to try to represent another area, and that's what we do.
Julia Banks has done that.
I'll let other people explain what they're doing, but I know for myself, and I suspect I'll let David make some comments, this is a sacred relationship that you develop with an electorate, and by being of the community and by the community and for the community, you can deliver for that community. And that's our track record locally. That's my track record of having fought for, worked with and delivered, whether it's in autism, environment, whether it's in health, whether it's the development not just of the Somerville Secondary College, but we were told we would never get a Somerville police station, the new facilities for athletics and for sports in Mornington, and the Balcombe Grammar School in Mount Martha. These are the things we've been doing. The Rosebud Pool, which was a dream, which is now underway thanks to federal funding, and the electrification of the Baxter line, which we've committed to, but we still have to work. We still have to fight to make sure that that's completed.
Julia Banks running against you is a direct result of the leadership coup against Malcolm Turnbull last year, in which you were an important participant and instigator. Do you regret that now?
Look, I always look forward, and I think that's a very important position in life for everybody. I think Scott Morrison is doing an incredible job. I think he has the potential to be the most extraordinary leader, not just of the Federal Liberal Party, not just of the Liberal Party across Australia, but of any party since John Howard. And he's an incredible person, and the people of Cook will also benefit from this magnet. So for me, I look forwards, and others can explain their reasons. For me, my reason for running for Flinders is because it's the community I was born and raised in, attended Mornington Primary School. It's the community that I believe in, and we've worked together to represent, and I'd continue to work with them if that's what the people of Flinders choose.
The government has never recovered.
7%. Does the recent results of Victorian state election worry that could be in trouble? You could be in trouble there?
I've always treated the seat as if there's a one vote difference. For me, every day, every moment is about engaging with the local people. You know, it's a real privilege to represent an area, and it's a great responsibility when you make that commitment to an area. You work with that area and you meet the people, and you know, as David does, you visit the stores. You know, the other day I was visiting the shops in Baxter, and it was 40 degrees, and we were talking to people who were pouring with sweat, and with the local mower, the person who was doing the work on people's mowers, about their business, about the need to electrify the line to Baxter. There's a $220 million federal commitment. There's no state Labor commitment. And that's what being a local member is about. Working with the community, identifying their needs, and just as David has done here today, helping to fight for and to deliver those outcomes.
The government has never recovered in the polls from ousting Malcolm Turnbull. You now have former government MPs trying to oust government ministers from their seats. Are you telling the people of Flinders that that was still the right thing to do?
I'm saying that it's a privilege to run. I think that in Scott Morrison we have somebody who is already making enormous steps forward, who is laying out an economic plan which means that we can deliver essential services such as this. And most significantly, you have a comparison and a choice here. You have a choice between $200 billion of taxes, but in my area, what that means is over 8,000 people will pay more than $2,000 in additional taxes through the retiree tax. Flinders is the oldest demographic of any electorate in Victoria, and will be one of the hardest hit by the retiree tax. There's only one party that will stop that retiree tax, and that's the Liberal Party in coalition with the Nationals.
So just to be clear, it was the right thing to do to get rid of Malcolm Turnbull?
Look, all of us stand by our decisions, but most significantly, what this is about is I think we have in Scott Morrison somebody who compares with Bill Shorten, because remember this, Bill Shorten stopped listing medicines when he was Assistant Treasurer. He stopped listing medicines for schizophrenia, for endometriosis, for IVF, for asthma, for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. I think it's time that Mr Shorten answers why on his watch as Assistant Treasurer he blew the economy, blew the budget, and then stopped listing medicines, because perhaps of all of the different things that I've had the privilege to be involved with, the listing of new medicines for cystic fibrosis such as Orkambi, the listing of new medicines for spinal muscular atrophy, the listing of new medicines for breast cancer such as Kisqali, that might be the most important thing that I ever have the privilege of being involved with. And each day I talk with people in my electorate who benefit. Only yesterday I had a lovely text from a dad whose daughter had just started on Orkambi for cystic fibrosis, attends school in Rosebud, and that's real. That's what matters. That's what's important. Delivering the MRI outcomes, delivering the medicines outcomes. Yeah. They're the things that actually matter, because that's about people's lives. It's not about us. It's about delivering for the people who need the help that you can only deliver if you've got a strong economy.
Julie says that the voters of Flinders are angry at you because you were fitted up as wing manager in that failed spill. Is that correct? Were you part of them doing?
Look, my approach has always been to ensure that we have a government that focuses on the people, and that was a party room decision. Most importantly, I think with Scott Morrison, as you go forwards, you see somebody who's of the people, who gets the people, who fights for the people, and who wants to deliver for the people. So I respect the role of everybody and the differing views. I understand there are differing views, but what really matters is that whether it's new medicines, whether it's an upgrade for the roundabout that's required to help with the congestion at the end of Jetty Road in Rosebud, whether it is action to protect Forest Drive, you're always working for and fighting for people. So that's what I have to say.
Is Julie Banks a traitor in your view?
Look, I will let the individual in question explain her own actions.
So you're definitely not taking the voters' fingers for granted?
No, I've never done that, and David doesn't. I don't, and as I say, whether it was walking for 3 weeks and 500 kilometres around the electorate, to visit every school that was available and open at the time, so over 50 schools and over 50 towns, and then all day to talk with people who wanted to talk about local issues, and they can come and join you and walk with you, or visiting shops, visiting local communities. I'll be out again tomorrow doing exactly what I do once I'm back in my own area. That's just an enormous chance to engage with, learn from and represent the community, and to work with your own community. And I think if you come from a community, that's how you're best able to represent that community. Thanks very much.
News Corp has, just in your portfolio, News Corp has reported today that ambulance paramedics can't even access My Health Record. What is the point of this $2 billion system if it can't even save your life in an emergency?
Well, Derek had some very strong views on the importance of electronic records, but this hospital is connected.